Good morning, everyone. Speaking on behalf of NTCC High School, Gate number 7, Albany, Malad West. I am Mrs. Shaheen Sheikh and I welcome to you all for the online class. Here are some instructions to be followed during the lecture. Use earphones or headphones for better learning experience. Keep a book and pencil to note important points. Read the text on the screen. Sit in a quiet and comfortable place. You may pause the video till you resume or if you want to make important points. Today, for Standard 5th and Subject EVS 2, Chapter number 8, Beginning of Settled Life. Here we have 5 points to be discussed in this chapter. First is beginning of domestication of animals and agriculture, special skills and various occupations, community life based on mutual cooperation, structure of houses, village settlement, kinship and family. So we'll start with the first point, beginning of domestication of animals and agriculture. Domestication of animals. Domesticated animals like the dog, goat, sheep, cattle, buffalo, etc. are useful to man in many ways. There are 3 main steps in the domestication of a species of any animal. So when we have to domesticate an animal, so to make that animal domesticated, we have to follow 3 steps. Capture of the wild animals. First we have to catch that animal. Taming the captured animals, that is training them to live with humans. Now taming the captured animals, whatever animals we have captured, we have to train them so that they are ready to live with human beings. The third step is obtaining useful materials like milk, etc. from them and training them to work for humans as beasts of burden. So when an animal is captured, first we have to capture that animal, second we have to train that animal, and third we have to make use of that animal. Like if we are catching if we have a cow or a cow something, then we can take out milk from them. So like this we have to make use of that animals and we have to make them as a beast of burden. Beast of burden means just we have to make full use of that animal. That is called becoming beast of burdens. When the third step is achieved, the animal is supposed to be completely domesticated. Now, after completing these 3 steps, an animal is said to be completely domesticated. Domesticating animals and keeping them for our own use is called animal husbandry. Now, animal husbandry. What is animal husbandry? When we keep the animals with us, train them and we make full use of that animal, then it is called animal husbandry. In the 6th lesson, we have seen that the dog was domesticated in the Middle Stone Age. The dog is the first animal to have been domesticated. So, the first animal which was domesticated was a dog. Dogs were used to help with hunting. The goat and sheep were domesticated next. So, the first animal was the dog, and followed by the dog, goat, and sheep were domesticated. Agriculture. Archaeological evidence is available to show that agriculture first began about 11,000 years ago in Israel and Iraq. Women are credited to have started civilization. Here, archaeology means archaeology means it is an institution which carries the work of finding the old instruments or old things. So they found out that 11,000 years ago in Israel and Iraq agriculture started, and credit goes to the women. See here you can see a pointed stick and a perforated stone used for sewing. So they might have used pointed sticks to sow the seeds. Still Women in some tribes still sow by seeds by this method. In order to help dig deeper into the soil, the stick weighted using a perforated stone. So this type of material was used to sow the seeds. Plough pulled by bullocks in Egypt. In the previous lesson, we have learned that people had to stay in one place because of the nature of agricultural work. Agricultural production increased considerably after the plough pulled by bullocks. So first humans only used to plough the field, but then they started using the animals. They started using bullocks for ploughing the field. Special skills and various occupations. Now, in the time before agriculture, people obtained food such as meat, fruits, and goods by hunting and gathering. Now, before agriculture, how they used to eat food? They used to get food by hunting and gathering fruits, but could not store it for a long time. Therefore, all the men and women in the community were continuously engaged in getting food. So, all the 3 times or 4 times, 2 times, they have to be in search of food because they cannot store that food. In the agricultural system, it became possible to store food grains for a long time. Now, when they started growing food grains, they were able to store the food grains for a longer period of time. There was more food available than was needed by the community. So when the agriculture started, they were having more food, more than they need. It was more than they need, because some women and men thus began to get spare time for experimentation and for using their natural creativity to develop special skill. Now, when they were free from the tension of food and all, they were getting time to do some other work, to do some new experiment and developing special skills. See here you can see a woman making pots. So when they were free from gathering food and all, they got time to make all these things. Suppose they started making pots like this. Third point, community life based on mutual cooperation. The farmers in the village settlement were now producing surplus food. They needed skilled craftsmen for tasks like making agricultural implements and repairing them. Such craftsmen were paid in the form of food grains or other articles. The craftsmen needed to obtain their raw material from long distances. The price of this raw material was also paid in the form of food grains articles. So now, based on mutual cooperation. Now, mutual cooperation means now the farmers were growing agricultural products and they were in surplus, means excess. So now they want the person who can give them agricultural implements. And when they were getting agricultural implements, they used to pay them. They never used to pay money. They used to pay them food grains in exchange of the implements. Now, fourth is structure of houses. Now, how they began to make the houses. The houses at the beginning of the New Stone Age were made of wattle and daub. The walls were screens woven from sticks or bamboo, plastered with mud or cow dung. So they started making houses now. Later, the population built quadrangular houses of sun-dried bricks. Now here you can see the quadrangular house reconstructed from the traces of round post and other remains in the ground. See, this type of houses they started making. Quadrangular houses of sun-dried bricks. Some houses appear to have had more than one room. The houses were built very close to each other. Regional differences are seen in the styles of constructing houses depending on the local climate. So, making of houses will also depend on the climate, and all the houses differ from each other. Now, the last point is village settlement, kinship, and family. It appears from the plans of the houses and the village settlement that people staying there belong to a single clan. It means that they were all related to one another. So, looking at the structure of houses, it seems that they appear from one family, means they belong to each other. Thus, the entire village settlement was an extended family. They were belong to each other, and therefore it was called extended family. People living in one house were close relations, but they were also members of the extended village family. A dead person was buried either in the house or in the country courtyard. Perhaps the idea was that the person's bond with the family should not get cut off even after death. Families would also bury various articles with the dead person for them. Now, when a person is dying, that time they used to bury them in the house only, or otherwise in the courtyard. Means their fields were there, in their field only they used to bury them. Why like that? Because they don't want to cut off even after their death. So family would bury various articles also. Suppose the favorite article of that person they used to bury with that man. Now here we end with the chapter. 5 points we have completed. Here is the recap. What is called animal husbandry? So the answer is domesticating animals and keeping them for our own use is called animal husbandry. Which is the first animal to have been domesticated? So the dog is the first animal to have been domesticated. Now home assignment. Name 2 animals which were domesticated after the dog. Why does agriculture became the main source of livelihood? Coming up next will be chapter number 9, settled life and urban civilization. Stay safe and healthy, children. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Goodbye.